Alrighty guys, so what the fuck is going on? So it is April 22nd right now, 8:35 a.m. I'm just getting breakfast ready. I'm in a little bit of a rush because I have an appointment with my psychiatrist. It's just a video appointment at 9 o'clock, but I do have to get this ready. So I am going to be talking while I do this shit. And actually that sparked a good idea. I'm going to talk about mental health and everything in another video for men, just because it's a topic a lot of young men need to talk more about and need to understand better. But in today's video, I am going to be going through a full leg day with you guys. Now, this is a quad focused leg day. I hit hamstrings later in the week, but you will see more details on that later. And then the other thing I'm going to be talking about, because as you guys know, in all of my videos, I don't just fucking show you my life, because a lot of influencers out there, they make videos on just their day-to-day life and provide no real value to anybody whatsoever, besides that being entertaining, I guess, is some kind of value. But I want to provide you guys with life advice. I want to make your life fucking better. I want to make you guys be the best men that you can actually be, because as a man with fucking testosterone in you, you have so much fucking potential. You have no clue. The reality of the world is men are the inventors, men are the innovators, men are creators, man. That's our testosterone inside of us is what drives us to do that shit. You have that inside of you as long as your test levels are okay. That's why I recommend every man get your testosterone levels checked. If they're not good, they're low, then you need to either get on TRT or in clomiphene and HCG, because that's what drives you to be ambitious. That's what drives you to push yourself and all that good shit. So I'm going to be talking about later in the video just some of the different things that hold men back from being successful. A lot of the reasons why I see a lot of men fail in reaching their goals and becoming the best versions of themselves. Comfort, complacency, girls are a big one. A lot of guys get into relationships because they're lonely and they're desperate, and they honestly do not have the mental toughness or discipline built well enough yet to have a girl in their life, and it ends up just throwing them all off track. I took these photos this morning to post on Instagram, and I mean, I'm really happy with the way I'm looking right now. I mean, check that shit out. I'm in a growing phase right now, and we got obliques, dude. Obliques. Where's the, oh, and then this one. Very happy with this one because I have really bad arms and they actually look decent in this. And then just like every morning, we got our morning health subs, and then I have even more that I take at night before bed just because I don't want to take them all at once. So we're going to put these down the hatch. I hate whenever you take pills and then you burp after and some of the powder comes up and it fucking burns. But for those of you that were asking for my current cycle, right now I'm on 200 test sust, 200 Masteron, 100 MPP, injected every other day. So how much is that? It's weird because some weeks it's 4 injections, some it's 3. So that means on weeks that I inject 4 times a week, it's 2,000 total milligrams per week. And then on the weeks that it's only 3 injections, it's 1,500 milligrams. So it's not a huge cycle. A lot of people hear like 1,500, 2,000 milligrams a week and they freaking explode just because 1,000 is a big number. And it's really funny because a lot of people just don't really understand what the fuck they're talking about. But whenever it comes to anabolics, right, you know, 1,000 milligrams a week is not as much as you think. Like pros and open guys are running like 3,000 milligrams a week, 4,000 milligrams a week. That's why a lot of people, they'll do 500 tests for their first cycle and they'll think that it's a lot of fucking tests, and it's really not that much. A lot of people are underwhelmed by 500 tests a week just because it's not as crazy as most people think. That's why it's been really popular lately for people to be like, well, for my first cycle, I'm only going to do like 300 tests a week. But I mean, in all reality, 300 tests a week is not going to do that much for most people. It's going to make a difference, obviously, but not as big of a difference as you think. That's why I just tell people, you know, unless you're trying to be super conscious of what side effects you get and stuff, and you just want to start at 300 to see how your body reacts, I say just start with 500 a week. So then we've got our protein coffee and the fuck your sensitivity mug, because fuck your sensitivity, fuck all you sensitive ass bitches. Nobody cares. The only thing that really matters at the end of the day is reality. And guess what? Your emotions and your sensitive ass don't matter whenever it comes to reality. And you know, the reason that I love that phrase, fuck your sensitivity, so much is because so many people today are so fucking soft, and they put people's emotions and sensitivities before logic and reason. And it comes from a good place in their heart. They're trying to be good people and not upset other people. But sometimes you need to upset people in order to bring upon the truth. Because at the end of the day, if you're telling people lies and stuff just to make them feel better, you're not actually making them a better person. You're making them feel better in the moment, but they can't fix an issue if they're pretending it's not there. And then even furthermore, they are validated in their excuses and stuff and told that their excuses are real. Like, let's say somebody really wants to lose weight and they're on track for like 3 or 4 weeks, and then they stop and they use the excuse that, you know, they're too busy or something. And you validate them and you're like, oh yeah, I understand. That's completely valid. You know, you are too busy. It's not that big of a deal. Sure, they might feel good in that moment because you just validated their excuse, but at the end of the day, in a couple weeks, they're going to be regretful of the fact that they didn't stick to it, and they're going to be upset later in life that they didn't stick to it, because deep down they still have that urge to want to lose weight. They do, and they'll probably end up burying it in their subconscious and pretending like they don't want to, and it's going to come out as insecurity. Those are the people that you see that hate people that are in super good shape, will shit on people who are in good shape, and constantly make like these stupid little remarks like, oh, at least I don't have to watch what I eat or this or that, because deep down they wish that they looked like you. It's just they don't have the discipline. They told themselves some dumbass little excuse. All right guys, breakfast is made. 2 eggs, 2 pieces of turkey bacon, 1 cinnamon crunch, double cinnamon crunch bagel with 31 grams of third of the fat cream cheese, and a coffee with a scoop of protein powder in it. I have 7 minutes to eat this really quick, so I am going to down this super quick. And if I don't get this meal in before my appointment, then my meals for the day will be all fucked up, because my meal timing is like fucking clockwork. And I eat 6 meals a day, so if I miss one, the timing on one, then it's all fucked. All right, 1 minute. I'll see you guys in a bit. So I was out on my walk with Coda Boy here, and I was thinking about all the reasons that a lot of you guys don't reach your goals, so that I can talk about them during the video. And one of the #1 reasons is because of fear, right? A lot of you guys are too afraid to even start and take action towards your goal. Whether it's fear of failure, right? You don't want to start something and then fail and then your ego gets hurt. Whether it's fear of judgment from others, you're afraid that other people are gonna see you trying to accomplish this goal and judge you. Maybe, you know, in order to achieve this goal, you're gonna have to stop going out drinking with friends. Whenever you go to family functions, you're gonna have to be eating on a meal plan. Whatever it may be, you're afraid of something. But the thing is, there's nothing to be afraid of from fucking starting and taking action. The thing to be afraid of is not taking action and staying the same, because you know the results of not changing it all. If you don't change anything, nothing will change. Everything's gonna stay the same, and you know what next week's gonna look like, you know what 2 weeks is gonna look like. But if you just take action, you start fucking now, you don't know where you'll be in a month, 2 months, or a year. You might be a fucking millionaire in that time. You might have that 6-pack you always dreamed of in that time. So why not just start? Why not just try? You might fall in love with it, and you might enjoy and embrace the struggle, embrace the suck. And sure, there's gonna be hard times along the way. You're gonna struggle, you're gonna have to go through adversity. But that is one of the best parts in trying to become the best version of yourself. Going through those things and then overcoming it, and literally seeing yourself grow as a man. Literally seeing yourself as a man start to be able to overcome and conquer your own mind and accomplish anything that you set it toward. Because there's very few men in today's society that can do that. A lot of men are weak and soft, and they can't do anything they set their mind to. So they make excuses for why they don't do those things. I don't want to make more money. Oh, I don't want to get in shape. Whatever the excuses they make, all it is a fucking excuse at the end of the day. If there was a red button they could hit and they could be making more money, if there was a red button they could hit and they could have a different physique, they'd hit the red fucking button, because it doesn't take any work. They're afraid of the adversity, they're afraid of the struggle, and they know they can't overcome it, so they don't even try. But that's not you. That's not me. Face the adversity, face the struggle, fall in love with it, because you know you're gonna come out of it a better version of yourself. You know you're gonna come out of it a stronger version of yourself that's more and more capable of doing more and more shit. And that's whenever the world becomes your bitch. That's whenever you become a conqueror of the world and the world doesn't conquer you anymore. Because now, no matter what struggles, no matter what adversity life throws at you, you know that your mind is strong enough to overcome that shit and still get shit done. And the confidence that gives you is irreplaceable. But the first thing is you gotta stop being afraid of taking the first step. You gotta stop being afraid of whatever it is, of failure, of people judging you. You gotta stop being scared, quit being a pussy, and just go after it. Just start. Just take action. And start small. Start with, little changes, and slowly start to implement them into your life. Because if you try to do too much at once, you're gonna overwhelm yourself and it's gonna cause to more failure. Because what failure does to us is the opposite of accomplishment. It drives down our confidence and makes us more likely to fail in the future. So start with the small wins. Build that confidence up like building blocks or a house. Start with the foundation, build it, and then build upon that. Start implementing more difficult tasks, and you're gonna start to show yourself that you can do anything you fucking want in life. So something I was just making a TikTok on that I wanted to touch on real quick is rushing growing phases, right? A lot of people with this whole social media trend of victim weight, being over 200 pounds and everything, are in this huge rush to try to put on too much weight, and all they're concerned about is the weight on the scale, not their body composition while they're growing. But here's the reality of things. If you get too fat during a growing phase, you're gonna become more insulin resistant and actually put on less muscle than if you maintain a decent body composition. You gotta quit trying to rush the process to get to a certain weight, and I get it. You wanna put on as much muscle mass as possible. In all reality, if you maintain a decent body composition and stay pretty lean in your growing phase, you're gonna put on more muscle a year, because you can end up growing for a longer period of time, right? Because your mini cuts in between don't need to be as long, and you're not going to get to as high of a body fat percentage to where you need to do that mini cut as fast, so you can spend more months growing. And on top of that, you're going to be more insulin sensitive while you're growing, which is gonna lead to more muscle mass being put on during those growing phases than if you were more insulin resistant. So you gotta just quit trying to rush the growing phases, enjoy the process, and be disciplined on your growing phases as well. A lot of people take growing phases and bulking as a reason to become undisciplined, eat whatever the fuck they want, and as long as they're in a surplus, that's all they care about. Guys, I do not know if that last video cut off or not. The little camera that I take with me for those kinds of videos, the battery died, so I'm not quite sure, and to be honest, I can't really even remember what I was talking about, and that's on ADHD. My mind is just non-stop, constantly thinking of random shit. One thought's in, then it's out, and then a new one's in there, so it is what it is. I hope it motivated you though. But right now, we're getting everything ready to go hit legs. Leg day is a sacred day for me. Everything needs to be perfect on leg day, because, you know, if I eat too close to leg day, then my stomach's bloated. I feel like shit during my lift, and you just can't go as hard whenever you're feeling like that. So we are going to get the intra workout ready. As you guys know, I use HD Muscles. Intra Carbs, cluster dextrin, the pineapple flavor. Tastes like fucking crack. It's amazing. And then we do not use tadalafil on leg days, because the pump is literally, and I'm not shitting you, like this isn't an advertisement, but the pump is too good on leg days that it actually like inhibits your workout. I noticed that on some other days too. You ever have that where you have a pump that's so good that you actually can't lift as hard because the muscle is too pumped up? But yeah, leg day is a sacred fucking day for me. Meal timing has to be perfect. I have to have enough water in beforehand. We listen to some motivating music. You gotta get in a really good mindset before legs, because leg day is just a certain day. It's not like the other ones where you have to have that like animal fucking mentality. You have to have that mentality that none of the pain, none of the shit is gonna stop you. You can't be thinking during your sets, because if you start thinking while you're doing your reps on leg day, you're gonna stop early. It's gonna happen. You gotta take all thoughts out of it and focus solely on emotion. And that's the opposite of most things in life. Most things in life, we want to set our emotions aside and think with logic and reason. But leg day is not one of those things. Leg day is one of those things where you need your emotion to drive you past the point of failure so that you can get everything out of the exercise. And if you start thinking too much while you're hitting legs, that little bitch voice is gonna creep in there, man. It's gonna creep in your head, and it's gonna start to tell you, hey man, our knees are starting to hurt, our back, our hips, whatever. I don't think we can do anymore. Bitch, yes you can. You got 5 more fucking reps left. Let's fucking go. Like, you can't be having those thoughts in there during the day. Now, right now, I'm getting my BPC 157 and TB 500 ready. These are I use these peptides for my shoulders and my knees. They are healing peptides, and if you don't know what peptides are, they are just branched chain amino acids, which your body already makes. They're derived from your stomach, actually. And basically what they do is they go in there and they heal whatever is fixed. They can even speed up surgery recovery times and stuff like that. So yeah, I use them for my fucked up shoulders and knees, and they work very, very well. My problem is that I get really lazy with the injections, and sometimes I skip days. But whenever I do it consistently for weeks, I notice a big difference, but that's whenever I start to get complacent with the injections, and then they start to come back. So my goal right now is just to do this with consistency for several weeks and hopefully fully heal everything. And I actually forgot my pre-workout shaker in the car, so we're gonna have to make that outside. But other than that, we are ready to rock with our cocks out. Got 300 grams chicken, 7 ounces of, or no, fuck me. We got 300 grams of rice, 7 ounces of chicken right here, ready to fucking roll. So let's go fucking destroy some legs.
I push my fingers into my eyes. It's the only thing that slowly stops the ache. But it's made of all the things I have to take. Jesus never lands, it works its way inside. If the pain goes on,
So you probably noticed I have not been talking this video, and that's because leg days take everything I have, man. Like, I've been fighting the urge to throw up and just like not fucking pass out this entire time. That's every leg day for me. And that's the level that you have to push your legs to if you really want them to fucking grow. And that is why most people do not get big legs. That's why it's difficult to get big legs. See, my mind is slipping up already because it's so fucking dead. Because the last exercise, this one, and I still have 2 fucking more, my brain has been trying to tell me like, oh, let's go lighter, take it a little bit easier and everything, because like I'm so fucking dead. Like, my mind is fatigued, my body is fatigued, because I push my fucking legs that hard. And I'll try to sound like a hard ass or anything, but I do. I push it so fucking hard and I feel like I'm just dying, and I can't hardly come up with the words to say right now. But that's how hard you have to push fucking legs every single time, week after week. That's why I get anxious before leg day, man. I get anxious before, because I know it's gonna hurt. I know it's gonna suck. I know I'm gonna feel like fucking passing the fuck out. I know I'm gonna feel a little bit nauseous. I know that I'm just gonna be dead the rest of the day afterwards, because I am just fucking putting my body through so much pain and stress during it and fatiguing it. But that's what it takes to grow big legs, man. So if you're wondering why you still have tiny legs, you gotta fucking push harder. You gotta lift fucking harder, man. Whenever your brain tells you that you were done on leg day, you have 5, 6, 7 more reps left, I promise you. Lift with someone that is a bodybuilder or someone that's intense and that will push you to your limit, and you'll see what it feels like. I bet you throw up. So I'm damn near throwing up right now. I'm trying everything with everything I have in me not to. But we're gonna get after this right now.
I've gotta say what I've gotta say, and then I swear I'll go away, but I can't promise you'll enjoy the noise. I guess I'll save the best for last. My future seems like one big past. You're left with me cause you left me I push my fingers into my eyes.
That's what leg day's all fucking about, man. Pushing yourself to your fucking limit, showing yourself that your mind doesn't control you. You fucking control it. It's telling you to stop. You do 5 fucking more just to say fuck you to that little bitch inside of you. Like guys that just continuously make fucking excuses in their life for not doing the hard shit. They make me fucking sick, man. They make me nauseous. Their lack of discipline, lack of work ethic, that shit makes me sick. They fucking disgust me. Because whenever I look at them, I see an old version of myself that used to be just like that, used to make excuses, not hold myself accountable. I see that old version of myself that I fucking killed and buried 6 foot under, man. And I know that they have the potential to fucking grow and become better, just like I did. But they have to start taking accountability. And every time they give me another lame ass fucking excuse for why they fucking didn't do the shit they're supposed to do, it fucking disgusts me. I'm just like, you're a fucking man, and you're gonna make these lame fucking excuses? Have some discipline, man. Do the shit you gotta fucking do. This fucking sucks. I love it, but it sucks. It sucks so bad, it hurts so fucking bad. But every time you fucking get past that point where your mind tries to tell you stop, You feel so fucking proud of yourself for doing it. But fuck, does it hurt? But the satisfaction afterwards, and knowing you were able to push yourself to that point, is addictive. Now, let's get into the root cause of why most of you fail and never achieve your goals. And yes, we pulled out the whiteboard because class is in session, motherfuckers. So, the main reason why most of you never achieve your goals and you fail over and over again is because of complacency. Because a phrase we used to use in the Marine Corps all the time is complacency kills. Because whenever you're in the Marines, if you get complacent, you're going to get your buddies killed. You're going to get yourself killed. But out here in the civilian world, in the civilian sector, complacency kills your dreams. It kills your goals, right? So first, let's go over the pussification of a man. It starts with a little bit of complacency in little aspects of life. Maybe you skip a meal in a growing phase here and there, or you cheat on your diet here and there, or you don't stick to your meal plan even and you replace it with a food that is maybe the same macros, but it tastes a little bit better. That's getting a little bit of complacency, all right? And then that complacency is going to lead to you starting to experience some comfort in life. You're going to start to feel all warm and fuzzy inside and feel good. You're getting comfortable, all right? And then this leads to your pussification. It leads to you becoming more of a pussy and enjoying that comfort, which in turn is then going to drive your mental toughness down, because mental toughness is your capability of overcoming challenges and adversity, going through the pain and accepting it. So your mental toughness is going to start to get down. In this phase right here, as you start to feel the comfort and you start to become pussified, your mental toughness is starting to go down. And as you start to become pussified, you're going to start to get more complacent, all right? And then you're going to get more comfortable, and it's going to keep going through that. And then you're going to become a fucking loser that never achieves anything that he wants in life and basically is constantly trying to seek out comfort. And rather than going through the struggle and pain of adversity and becoming better and growing, you're going to deal with the struggle and pain of regret for the rest of your life. And your confidence is going to go down and your insecurity is going to go up, because now you no longer have the confidence in yourself to be capable of overcoming struggle and adversity because you failed yourself. You set a goal for yourself, you got complacent, then comfortable, then a pussy, then a loser, and you failed yourself. So now your confidence went down because you failed, you gave up, you quit, and your insecurity goes up because that's what happens whenever your confidence goes down. Now let's talk about where complacency can start to come from. It can come from a lot of different places. A girl can cause complacency because you start hanging out with her, and you start to experience some comfort, and then you get more complacent. You stop putting in the work and effort into your goals, and you get more comfortable. Then the pussification starts to come into play right here, right? You start to become more and more of a pussy, seeking out more and more comfort, which starts to lead to you putting less effort into your goals, and then you become a loser. And look, complacency is not something that is big and happens right away. It's like a cancer. It starts out as a small little cell, a little tiny tumor, and it grows as you let a little bit of it in, right? You have this armor that you put on, and your armor is your mental toughness and your discipline, all right? But if a little crack forms in that armor and a little bit of complacency slips in, it can spread throughout your entire fucking body. And then you're going to become more complacent in the bigger things. That's why you need to have discipline in the little aspects of your life. Making your bed in the morning, brushing your teeth in the morning, washing your dishes whenever you're done with them, meal prepping your food when you're supposed to. The little shit, because that's going to lead to discipline in the bigger things. But those ones that are small, it's really easy to tell yourself, oh, I don't have time for that right now, I'll do it later. Or, oh, it's not that big of a deal, it's just a small thing. But like we said before, that little bit of complacency is going to build, and it's going to be another small thing the next week, and then another small thing, and eventually it's going to lead to a big thing. And then the pussification occurs, and then you become a loser. And that's essentially how complacency works. Because guess what? You need to keep in mind, your brain does not want to go through struggle and adversity. Your brain wants to look for the easiest routes out. It wants to be comfortable. Okay, you need to keep that in mind whenever you're trying to achieve a goal, because your brain is going to constantly try to battle against you and tell you to do the easier thing. Your brain's going to try to tell you to sleep in. It's going to try to tell you to put things off until later. It's going to try to tell you these little things don't really matter all that much. Set them aside, because it doesn't want you to go through struggle and pain, because it sucks and it hurts and it's difficult. But the more that you let that side win, the more complacent you're going to get, the more comfort you're going to feel, and you're going to like that comfort, because comfort feels fucking good, doesn't it? It does. But it's a lot better to experience comfort in $1 million mansion or driving a fucking Lambo or a Ferrari than it is in a fucking shack in a shitty old fucking Subaru, right? Not even able to afford your rent or some shit, right? So you need to keep this in mind, because you constantly need to be aware of it. Because if you're not aware that your brain is trying to seek out the comfort and trying to avoid adversity, then it's a lot harder to spot it out and to be able to avoid the comfort and complacency and fight through that shit. But guess what, motherfucker? I just told you, I just explained to you that your brain is going to try to do that. So now you know. So now you have no fucking excuse anymore. You have no excuse anymore, because now you're aware of it. So anytime you feel your brain trying to tell you not to do the shit you're supposed to do, it doesn't matter how valid the stupid fucking excuse you're telling yourself feels. This shit, your goals, the little things, they need to be your whole life. It needs to be live or die in your mind to get those things done. They need to get done no matter fucking what. Otherwise, you'll fall off. I promise you, you will. And the easiest way to start is setting 5 goals for yourself every day that are going to bring you closer to your goal, or even just something to build your mental toughness. Just 5 things that you don't want to do that you know you need to do that's going to bring you closer to your goal. And then write them down on a whiteboard with the days of the week in little boxes next to each one. Sounds pretty simple, right? And then at the end of each day, I want you to put a check mark after you accomplished each of those tasks. What that's going to do is it's going to start to build your confidence a little bit, because you're going to be able to look back at the week at the end of the week and see those check marks and all those boxes and be like, wow, I just had a perfect fucking week. I did all the things I was supposed to do. And you're going to gain a little bit of confidence in yourself and be like, huh, you know, there was a couple times that I didn't want to do that shit, or it was a little bit difficult, but I still got it fucking done. And now you're going to gain some confidence in your abilities. And you're going to gain a little bit of mental toughness as well, because now you are aware that you're capable of overcoming the adversity and the struggle. So now the next week, do it again. And then the next week, do it again. And then those things aren't going to be as difficult anymore, because they're going to kind of start to become habits. They're going to kind of start to become, just part of your routine, robotic, things that just get done. But if they're things that require intensity, don't let that slip into your brain, because a lot of people, you see this with lifting, they get complacent in their lifts. They start out really intense, going hard, going to failure, and then it becomes too routine. They don't have that intensity anymore. If it's something that requires intensity, you need to keep that intensity up and be aware of the fact that your brain is going to try to tell you to take it easier a day, or it's not going to feel that intensity naturally anymore. So now that those things are habitual, start to add new catalysts for this mental toughness to grow. So now you're going to want to add 1 or 2 more things that are difficult that are going to bring you closer to your goal. But don't overwhelm yourself, because then you might start to slack in those other aspects. And you don't want that, because that's going to bring you, 2 steps back. We're trying to move forward. So 1, maybe 2 more things. All right. Now the next week, you're checking all the boxes off. Okay. We're getting somewhere now. We're making some real progress now. I'm doing things that I didn't think I could do, and I struggled a couple times during the week to get them done. There were a couple times that I wanted to put them off, but I got them done. Your confidence is going up now. Your mental toughness is going up now. And now you're starting to realize, wow, I can conquer the fucking world. I can do whatever I set my mind to. These are things that I was putting off before, that I wasn't getting done, even though I knew I had to get them done. And now I'm fucking doing it. I was telling myself excuses before for why I couldn't get them done. And now that I made them a priority in my life, and I made it feel like I was drowning underwater with an inch above my mouth of water, and I was trying so hard, fighting to breathe, and I made it feel like that. That was how bad I wanted to get these things done. That was all I had to do. I had to create the urgency in my mind. I had to make them a priority. And now you're starting to realize, if you shift your mindset and make the goals in your life a priority, and you make the urgency in your mind there, and you make it feel like it's something that if you don't get this shit done, that's life or death, you can get it fucking done. And then you start to realize you can do anything you set your fucking mind to. And that's how you're going to build your confidence. That's how you're going to build your mental toughness. And that's how you're going to achieve your fucking goals at the end of the day. And that is why it makes me fucking sick to my stomach whenever I hear someone that has a goal, something they're trying to achieve, and they lie to my fucking face and they tell me some stupid fucking excuse that I know is bullshit, they know is bullshit, and they tell me it, and they want me to validate it. And I will never fucking do that because I know they're better than that. I know that they can achieve their goals. I know you can achieve your fucking goals. But the first step is having the accountability to look yourself in the mirror and say, hey, I was being a fucking pussy. I let complacency and comfort come into my life and it turned me into a loser. And then fixing it. You have to have the accountability though. Because if you don't have the accountability, you're going to make excuses. You're going to validate those excuses. And you're going to feel like the world controls you and you're not in control of your life. And once you do that, you're kind of fucked. Because if you think that the world and the circumstances outside externally control your life, then that's how you're going to live. And you're going to be fucking miserable because anytime a challenge comes up, anytime life throws some chaos at you, which it always will, you're going to allow your goals to go to the side and you're just going to go where life takes you like a fucking leaf in the wind. But that's not what I do. That's not what you should fucking do. You need to develop discipline. You need to develop mental toughness and use those to create order in your life, to put your goals first as a priority in your life so that you can accomplish anything you set your fucking mind to. And so as we said before, right, it's essential to build confidence and mental toughness in yourself. So on the bottom here, we have your chance of success. And over here, we have confidence and mental toughness. As your mental toughness and your confidence goes up, your chance of success goes up as well. Because once you start to build confidence in yourself, you start to become aware that you're capable of taking control of your life and accomplishing things. And this then makes other tasks, future tasks, adversity, struggle, easier to get through because now you know that you can get through it. It's just another challenge. It's not stress. It's not anxiety. It's another challenge, another adventure that you're going to tackle and overcome. All right. But if you begin to start to fail at things, that's going to drive your confidence down. If you start to quit at things and make excuses, it's going to drive your confidence down. And now your chance of success is going down, which then whenever you go to seek out a new goal or a new challenge, you're more likely to fail now, which is going to drive your confidence even further. And you're going to dig yourself into a really bad hole that's hard to get out of. But as you build that confidence in yourself, it's going to make your likelihood of success in future tasks even higher, which then in turn is going to make your confidence higher and then future tasks even easier to achieve and the confidence higher. And it's going to cause this snowball effect that's going to change your fucking life because your confidence is going up as you start to tackle these new tasks and they become even easier because now you're building the confidence as well. You see how that works? But in order to do this, you need the mental toughness as well. And the mental toughness is the capability of overcoming the tasks. The mental toughness is setting your emotions aside and not giving a fuck how you feel whenever you're doing the things and just fucking doing them. The mental toughness is being a fucking man. It's manning the fuck up and just getting shit done. And so it's absolutely essential to develop that mental toughness so that then you can develop the confidence to achieve your goals. And you can achieve mental toughness through starting to do small, difficult tasks in your life. That's why a cold plunge or a cold shower in the morning is really helpful because it fucking sucks. It always sucks. It's never fun. But if you tell yourself you're going to do it and you just fucking do it, you're going to start to build a little bit of mental toughness of just saying fuck it and just doing the hard thing you know you're supposed to do rather than avoiding it. And this can lead to all kinds of great things happening in your life, like waking up whenever you're supposed to. There's a little 5-10 second battle you face in the morning when your alarm is going off. The alarm's going off, you're half fucking asleep still. I can sleep 5 or 10 more minutes. I'm going to snooze it. Next thing you know, it's 2 hours fucking later. But if you have wired your brain to subconsciously not avoid struggle, not avoid adversity, and rather to face it, face fucking on, your brain is going to be wired now to not avoid the struggle, not avoid the adversity, and to just confront it and accept it and go through it. And so you're less likely to snooze that alarm. You're less likely to cheat on your diet. You're less likely to avoid the difficult tasks in the pursuit of comfort now, which inevitably is going to lead to your success. All right, guys, so I was going to go into a lot more detail about how a woman or a girl in your life can lead to you becoming a domesticated man that completely loses all of his goals and ambitions, basically ends up with only her in his life and basically is her little bitch. But I can go into a lot more detail on that, so I'm going to save it for another video just because it's a topic that I'd like to explain completely because it can be misunderstood and people won't get the full gist because there's a lot of psychology that goes into dating and how men's brains work versus how women's brains work, and all that good stuff. So I'll definitely talk about that a lot more because a woman can either be your biggest supporter, your biggest drive to be successful, or she'll be your complete fucking downfall. But that's going to end the video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Drop any comments about video topics you'd like to hear about or anything that you took away from the video. Hit the thumbs up. It means a fuck ton. Hit the sub button and hit the bell as well. All that stuff helps grow the page and shows me that you guys are getting value from these videos, which means the world to me. So I'll see you motherfuckers later. I appreciate y'all. I just said y'all. I don't usually say that, but fuck it.